In Detroit, rather than fighting for these backwards urban league, Yassabals, Uncle Tom, Negroes, you better get out of the way. If they don't get out of the way, the street's going to put them out of the way. The young people are going to put them out of the way because the young people are not going to tolerate being ran out of Seattle, ran out of the Central District, ran off of Capitol Hill. So, free the land.
Free the land. Anything you want to add, Earl?
These free land, guys. You guys pull it together and begin to support each other and, but more importantly, support the museum. More importantly, I think support the museum because this is not only a building, it's a fight, and it's for your kids to appreciate. And so, and so we in it for the long run. And I'll be in it to the day I die.
All right, Earl.
Sure. Let's clap for our elders. Thank you, OMARI. Thank you to Earl. Oh, go ahead.
Most of my elders and my mentors have been murdered by the system, by the police. The Black Panther Party, we have to give honor to Aaron Dixon, Elmer Dixon, Michael Dixon, and their children, and all the Panthers that lost their lives trying to stop the police from killing us, and then laughing about it, telling a lie. Earl likes to say that I got into it with the mayor, but I was talking to him and he fell down, and but when he woke up, we had a better understanding. The police have not killed one black person in the Central District since 2001. Now, I had to do 21 months in the penitentiary because I beat him in court twice. But you know how their colonial courts are, they can't stand that. But guess what? I hate to say it, but I got kicked out the penitentiary because I was too popular. They were going to beat me up because I wouldn't leave. And I had to tell them, Max Day, listen, you can't beat me up and throw me out of prison. You're supposed to be the black man I'm throwing in prison. You got it twisted, So they rolled me in a van all the way from Walla Walla. I was the only one in the van, sightseeing, laughing. I had my wheelchair because the guards was getting ready to get at me. So I had to play to the wheelchair. Hey, you can't get me now, I'm in the wheelchair. So I rode the wheelchair for 8 months. Okay? So the whole thing is, you don't need a lot of people. Harriet Tubman was one person. But she worked her idea of freeing her people. This idea that you can't get free unless you got 10, 20, 100 people is a lie. You free yourself. Once you free yourself, you can free others. And once people want to be free, they'll be free because the tyrant is controlled by those he terrorizes. And when the people say, you're not going to terrorize me, they make a revolution. Mao Zedong didn't come here from China. He stayed in China and made a revolution in China. Ho Chi Minh didn't immigrate here. He stayed in Vietnam and made a revolution, and that's why they're free and powerful now. And that's what we need to do, is support the Native Americans to get their land back, the same way the black folks in South Africa is talking about, we don't want no integration. We want our land back. We want our farms back. We want our mountains back. We want our rivers back. Peace out.
Thank you. Be sure to check out Earl's gallery out there in the gallery and a bunch of articles. Thank you first. This is Indeed talking to you. For sure. Thank you, Indeed. Thank you. If the elders can stay up here for a second, if y'all can stay up just for a second, man. This is who we're doing for. You know, this is our people that's been holding it down for I don't know how long. You know what I'm saying? And this is who we need to honor, and this is who we need to give grace to. Because we know that stuff has happened in the past that people aren't happy with, but people have continued to envision a future for us that was independent of white supremacy, of imperialism, of globalizing our markets and turning Africa into the foundation of resources that built this entire planet. You know what I'm saying? Developed it as we know it today. These people. So we need to make sure that we honor our ancestors. Our elders while they're here before they become ancestors. You know what I'm saying? These are living relics right here. You know what I'm saying? Earl's still holding it down. When Earl found out that the Urban League had the deed to this building after they fought for it for all this time, he had a stroke. That's why he talks like he's talking. He had a stroke, and he's still here to this day. So we need to make sure that we honor our elders, our ancestors, all of them who came before us, who was about true independence, not assimilation. Because assimilation is the genocide of African people globally, beginning with the locals. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to take a 30-minute intermission. If y'all want to go and check out the gallery space, please social distance, take your time. You can spread out, check out the tarpy that our Coast Salish family has brought and built for us. What was the name of it?
Protectors of the Salish Sea.
Protectors of the Salish Sea. Shouts out to Protectors of the Salish Sea. If you guys are live streaming this, go find the Protectors of the Salish Sea. They did build this tarpy with DJs and other people from our occupation. So please social distance. There's some chili over there. Go get some food up in your stomach. There's some hot cider. And we're going to be back here in about 30 minutes to continue the program. Thank you.
Thank you.
Free the land? Free the land! Free the land? Free the land! Shit.
Pay the price.
Sir.
Pay the price.
Can you tell me your name, sir?
My name is OMARI Tahir Garrett. I'm a very nice guy, but I don't like to be spit on, kicked in the butt.
Bullied.
I'm not a non-violent, turn the other cheek Negro. I'm like Francois. I'm going to step to you.
Praise God. Now let me ask you something, Earl. Tell me a little bit more about the struggle. When did you first start the fight up here?
Not Earl,
Amara. Sorry, you're talking about. I'm excited. You guys got me excited.
Well, we started the fight really in 1969 when we had the Black House down by Harrison School. And that was the Black Culture Center. But we needed more space. So when we identified, when they was doing the I-90, the Seattle Public Schools said that the freeway was coming too close to the school, so they should take the old school and build a new school. That's where Thurgood Marshall came from. So in the meantime, this building was vacant. So while we was fighting for a museum, this was already the museum. Because you know it's a lot easier to raise money in existing building like they did at El Centro, you know, and then expand. So that's how we ended up here in November 23rd, 1985, and that's how we ended it back here June 19th, because they basically put us off the site with a military coup. They just came up with guns and told us to get out of here. So we got out of here, but we didn't tell them we wasn't coming back, you know, to take our hill back.
That's right.
Once the police was neutralized. So with this George Floyd and Black Lives and Black Institutions Matter energy, now the police have been neutralized. They've been killing us all over the country, but not in the Central District in Seattle because the mayor went to sleep.
So at this point right now, you guys even have documentation stating that the possession belongs in the hands of the people, you yourself and our group, right?
Yeah, we got the.
I'm so upset in the argument. I was the president of the African American Parent Council with Dana Bennett and others. We raised $50,000. I personally took a check down to the school district and delivered to them for the purchase of this building. I mean, after Norm Rice ran a coup on me and took my building on 21st and Union. I got some money from that event, but I took $50,000 and personally took it down to the school district and gave it to them. They were telling me that Earl, anybody but you. That's somebody. I said no, I'm good to them. So I gave the check and you see that I was invested in this project.
Okay.
And so I mean.
So in any other realm, it's safe to say that with that piece of paper that shows the negotiation being done, it should be respected in all aspects. Anywhere else, it would be.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I had a stroke. Soon after I had a stroke. And Norm Rice, Bill Gates, and Paul Allen took out my money, and I didn't even see that. I didn't, but it's all right.
Okay. Well, Earl, we all here in the community appreciate your fight. Can you give us your full name, Earl?
Earl Dudnam.
Earl Dudnam.
I got an exhibit. Bar, tell you, Bar, tell them about this exhibit down there.
Oh yeah, so Earl had a big art exhibit at Samu's art studio, right across the street from the Mount Baker bus turnaround, and then you go across the street and then down about a half a block and look to the right in that new building. And
for those of us that aren't known, we're going to be having this on our channel here. Can you give us the name of the channel here at NetStars Live that we're going to be able to view this here in the upcoming weeks? Chinatown, Africatown.
News Digest.
News Digest will be the name of the channel on NetStars Live. We'll be giving up you much information about what's going on here with these two senior elders of our community who have been swinging and battling for us for decades. And go there and see their works. Go there and see what it is they're doing. Go see the movement. Be part of the movement and help us retain back what is rightfully ours and belongs to the community. African American Museum here up on 23rd in Seattle, Washington.
23rd in Massachusetts.
In Massachusetts.
Toy.
Also, is there anywhere that people can get together with you guys or donate to a cause? You guys got?
They always donate to my cause. Or come by and contribute to OMARI and occupation.
Yes, there's a whole story here behind OMARI, who's been occupying the site for how long?
Well, since June 19th. That's when we started the second occupation.
This is 157th day.
Yes. So there is a jar outside for donations, but if you want to make sure that it personally reaches the right people, just go back there. OMARI will be there. I can attest to that. Go back there and hand it to him to personally help with the fund of reattaining the building and giving back what's rightfully ours.
Because the opposition, they collected money in the name of no museum. For their IRS statement, it asked them, do you have anything of historical value? And in 20 years, they have nothing of historical value in the building.
That's a whole nother issue right there, isn't it, brother?
Yeah, it's shameful. But that's why the mayor said it's been systematic, the way we undermine and sabotage. And she was the head of Weed and Seed and the U.S. Attorney General. And when she said that, she spilled the beans. And that's why we, as black people, don't have nothing in Seattle. And the Aryan nation says this is where they're going to build their white nation. So now they're working on getting rid of us out of Seattle. Because Seattle is the strongest black community in the Northwest.
That's right. So currently, who are the residents here at the African American Museum?
They're trapped in between. The Urban League done caused a conflict between housing and culture. A museum is not an apartment house, and an apartment house is not a museum.
So what they have actually is residential residents in there renting spaces in the museum.
Because they're raising money in the name of the museum and then collecting rent from their victims, you know, and they got money donated to put the apartment houses in it, and Carver Gate, the FBI agent, collected $400,000 in 4 years putting an apartment building together.
Gotcha.
Calling it in the name of the museum. Then had nerve to come to court and try to get my son criminalized.
Can you give us a quick reference as to who your son is exactly?
Kwame White King Garrett.
All right, he's a notable figure here. I've heard of him. I've heard of the work that he's doing. Also, he's following his father's lead. Big shout out to your son, and definitely let's push these guys. Let's get the help that they need, all the resources that they need. You know where to come. Come up to the museum. Go ahead and donate directly to them. I think what we will do is we're all going to sit down and get an actual account going, so we can make sure that you guys are the ones that are the curators of that fund.
Because the next generation is what is important. We fought the battle, or fighting the battle, but the next generation, White King's generation, under Africa Town, have to do like the Asians do in Chinatown. They ain't trying to integrate this, that, and the other, and run away from their own community. They trying to build their community and make it prosperous. That's what's wrong with our bourgeois, so-called educated Negroes. They all done moved away from black folks. I'm not one of them no more. I live on Queen Anne, I live in Mercer Island, I live in Redmond, and I don't want nothing to do with them Negroes other than to be their leaders to make sure they don't get nothing.
We have a whole lot of segments coming from Mr. OMARI here. Trust me, we're gonna dig deep into this. Yeah, it's definitely a series, and I want you guys to make sure you stay tuned to the channel Chinatown African Town News Digest on Nestars Live. I appreciate you gentlemen. You gentlemen are loved here in the community. Okay? So I'm going to go out here and preview some of this artwork that we got, and I'll be back with you guys.